What is up, Budget Billers? My name is Trell, and today we have new information regarding the government shutdown that is around the corner. Next week, to be exact, the February deadline in which the government could run out of money is coming up very fast so far. So the government hasn't made any progress as of yet until yesterday on Monday. Yes, they released a new plan that would extend the bill a little while longer, giving the government more spending power until they can actually reach a more longer term bill. Now, in other news, guys, hey, we have updates regarding the former Build Back Better bill, which is now being referred to the social spending bill. And last but not least, guys, hey, we do have some positive news as it relates to the pandemic, and I'm going to share all of this with you, but first, if you're interested in any of these topics today and you want to be a part of this channel, be so kind and go ahead and subscribe to it. It's totally free. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel. Now, let's go ahead and start with the video. Okay guys, real quick, I wanted to ask you for your support on my new YouTube channel that will be launching sometime this month. Now, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, guys, so I really need your help, guys. Now, this new channel is going to be called Budget Bill Finance, and I'm going to be talking about how to grow your wealth, how to go ahead and invest in stocks, as well as how to invest in real estate. And I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what I'm doing outside of YouTube. So, if you want to be a part of that channel, be so kind and go ahead and subscribe to it today. I hope to see you guys there. Now, that link will be down below in the description. Okay guys, it looks like we have some very positive news today as the pandemic appears to be coming to an end. Yes, experts are now opening the door to go ahead and lifting all of the last mask mandates. Now, this is obviously a couple of months after we saw the spike in coronavirus cases that was caused by the Omicron variant, but some experts say that it is time to start lifting more restrictions in this country, setting up a heated debate, particularly over mask mandates in schools. Guys, people are exhausted. I am tired of wearing the mask, and I'm sure you guys are tired of wearing the mask as well. But people are exhausted with the pandemic after roughly 2 years, as well as health advocates warn that the pandemic rules cannot last forever, and we cannot remain in a perpetual state of emergency, said Lena Nguyen, which is the public health professor at the George Washington University. But many aspects of life have already returned to something like normal. Bars and restaurants are open and packed across the country, and countless travel restrictions have been lifted. But some locations, including New York as well as Washington, D.C., still have mask mandates for the general public, and in schools, mask requirements are more common. And then we also have vaccinations remain at a key source of protection against the Omicron variant as well as other coronavirus variants. But people who are vaccinated and boosted have strong protection against severe disease, even if there are still a chance that they get the virus, but they get it on a mild case. But anyways, guys, hey, this is some positive news as this pandemic is appearing to be coming to an end, as well as the CDC has also finally stated that they are now recognizing natural immunity. And yes, legislators should follow suit as well. In a recent CDC report, they have analyzed COVID-19 cases in California as well as New York in 2021 from May the 30th to November the 20th. And scientists compared the risk of the SARS-CoV-2 infection among 4 groups of people than those were unvaccinated without a prior case of COVID-19, those vaccinated with prior COVID-19, those unvaccinated with prior COVID-19, as well as those vaccinated with prior COVID-19. I know that was a tongue twister, guys, but anyways, guys, what they're saying here is that they have looked at these results and they have realized finally they are able to accept the fact that some individuals that don't have a vaccination shot are more protected with their current natural immunity against the virus. And yes, I know some people on the other side, which is the opposite side of those individuals that believe in the vaccinations, those individuals have been saying this for a long time. They have been saying that their natural immunity prevents them or protects them from the virus, in which they do not need to go ahead and get a vaccination shot, let alone being able to get a booster shot. And now the CDC is coming out full force and stating that they are now recognizing those individuals who have not had a vaccination shot are now fully protected as well because they have a natural immunity to the virus, which means that everyone in America do not need to get a vaccination shot. So this is some positive news, guys. And this also goes along with the information that we have in regards to the pandemic is actually coming to an end, which I will say that with it coming to an end, it is now coming or converting over to an endemic. But we also have this particular news out from California. They are planning on ending their mask mandate next week. So yes, this go ahead and confirms the notion that this pandemic is actually coming to an end. Now, I know you guys recall that California as well as New York was one of the hardest hit states when the coronavirus virus came out. And yes, they were also one of the few states that were actually putting in more restrictions on people going out in the public as well as getting vaccination shots. And here we are. We have California removing their mask mandates. Yes, this actually confirms it right here, guys, that the pandemic is actually coming to an end, guys. So again, guys, hey, this is some very positive news. But we also have what we heard from the White House, and they are actually pivoting on the pandemic as well. The White House is preparing to pivot on the pandemic with a different approach than the July 4th celebration last summer that some have subsequently criticized as premature. And it says that no one wants to repeat last July, guys, which was July the 4th. At the Independence Day event, President Biden declared near independence from COVID-19. But what followed were the Delta and Omicron variants shortly thereafter, which caused spikes in cases and hospitalizations, contributing to the COVID-19 fatigue that was been a factor in declining approval numbers for President Biden. But new evidence is now emerging that gives the White House and plenty of others hope that the nation is veering out of the pandemic. Again, guys, hey, I am really excited, guys. Are you guys excited about this news? I mean, I am super excited. Maybe I'll be able to see individual people and see their actual faces without them wearing a mask here very shortly. I mean, we have been through this for 2 years, and next month we are actually going to hit that 2-year anniversary. So this is some very positive news, guys, and we will continue to keep our fingers crossed that we don't see another variant of this coronavirus come here shortly. So again, guys, I'm really excited, but let's go ahead and move on to some other news, guys. Hey, Medicare. We talked about this previously last week because the Biden administration ordered about 500,000 free COVID-19 tests, in which everyone, if you actually had a insurance policy, you were going to receive a free COVID test, and you could receive up to 4 or 8 free COVID tests per person in your household. But those free COVID tests did not apply to those individuals that had a Medicare plan. Now, President Biden actually came out last week and stated that he is working very hard with the Medicare plans to see what can be done in order to make sure that those individuals that have a Medicare plan be able to also receive these COVID-19 tests for free. And look here, guys, this is some breaking news that happened over the weekend. And now I am proud to say that Medicare has opened up access to free at-home COVID-19 tests. Yes, the Biden administration says that people with Medicare will be able to get up to 8 free over-the-counter COVID-19 tests per month, starting in early spring. Now, I know that they should be able to get these free COVID-19 tests right now, but it looks like this particular article says that they are going to be able to get these starting sometime in the spring. So that is some positive news, I will say. But in the meantime, I don't know how Medicare patients are going to have to get tested if they have to, but I'm sure that there is something out there in place. But again, guys, Medicare individuals will be able to receive these free at-home COVID-19 tests coming very soon. But on to some stimulus update news, guys. Hey, we all know that the February 18th deadline is around the corner. And to be exact, it is coming around next Friday. That is in less than like 12 days away. The government could be headed towards having a government shutdown. But here on Monday, yes, these individuals were able to administer a short-term government funding bill, and this was actually introduced yesterday on Monday. And yes, the House Appropriations Committee, Chair Rosa DeLauro, on Monday introduced a short-term bill that would allow the government to remain funded through early March and temporarily stave off a government shutdown. And she said that our country needs a government funding agreement to create good paying jobs, growth, opportunity for the middle class, as well as to protect our national security. And yes, we are close to reaching a framework government funding agreement, but we will need additional time to complete the legislation in full. Now, this particular continuing resolution, or better known as the product of a bipartisan bill, extends funding through March the 11th to keep the government up and running while Congress completes our important work. So guys, keep your eyes on that particular date, because March the 11th is going to be the new deadline if they can go ahead and extend the current bill a little bit longer. Now, what the government is doing right now is pretty much just kicking the can down the road, guys. They are really not changing anything thus far. They are not making any improvements as of now, but they are really just extending this just a little while longer, just providing a little bit of funding for another week or so. But again, guys, this is some positive news, because the government as well as Congress continues to have more time in which they are going to be working on the negotiations in order to create a new type of legislation that is going to put in place some new funding that is going to allow the government to be funded at least for 1 or 2 more years. But as of right now, they are really just providing a little bit of relief, just a little while longer, about 12 days. And so that stopgap that is going to create this government shutdown is going to push along just a little bit longer. But anyways, guys, hey, this is some very positive news, but we do have a little bit of breaking news that is not so positive, because this is in relation to the Build Back Better bill that was announced last year, in which the Democrats failed to get that bill passed in the Senate. They were able to get it passed in the House, but unfortunately, they were faced with opposition in the Senate, in which Senators Joe Manchin as well as Senators Christine Sinema were in opposition to passing this Build Back Better bill, or also known as the social spending bill. But here we are. Yesterday, on Monday, this particular announcement came out from Jill Biden, which is the wife of the President Biden, in which Jill Biden says that the free community college that was included in the Build Back Better bill will not be included in this particular social bill. So I know a lot of you guys out there were hoping that community colleges were going to be free going forward, but unfortunately the Democrats have failed again. The Democrats were unable to include the free community college in the social spending package bill. But anyways, guys, we did hear from the First Lady, who teaches English and writing at Northern Virginia Community College, and she said that she was very disappointed that the program would not be included in the Build Back Better bill. Now, I will say this is just another blow to the Biden administration, but we continuously see these things over and over every single week, it seems like, in which President Biden's approval rating continues to go down every single week, guys. I mean, when is he going to get a break? He really needs to get something really strong and positive to happen in order for him to increase his approval rating. But I believe the rating right now is around 42 to 43%. But as far as right now, guys, the Biden administration continues to fail at every piece of legislation. And I will say that it is because of the 2 senators, Joe Manchin as well as Christine Sinema, continue to go against everything that the Biden administration puts out, guys. But what is going to happen later this year, especially when those 2022 midterms comes around? The Biden administration really needs to figure out a way to pass legislation in order to move forward. Otherwise, the Republicans are going to take over everything. And I don't know what side you guys sit on, guys, whether you sit on the right side or whether you sit on the left side. But as far as what's in control right now, which is the Democrats, they are looking towards losing a lot of seats. But we'll just have to see, guys. Hey, I hope all of this information was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. Now, if you enjoyed this type of content and you want to see more, hey, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like this video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.